Sunday. I thought I would start this vlog on the Sunday just because I think there's some catching up to do because it's been a few weeks since I actually have posted anything. So we've got some catching up to do, and I think on Monday morning I get straight into doing my parcels and stuff, so maybe I don't have enough time to actually be able to record. So I thought I'd just quickly film now whilst I'm cooking myself a chicken stew for lunch. It's just for me. I'm the only one that will eat it. And it's that my food shop is coming tomorrow. I don't have, look at this carrot. I'm not using this, but it's so old. That just needs to get chucked away. No carrot should bend like that. So I'm just gonna chuck that. Just gonna do a catch up whilst I cut my vegetables and cook this stew. I just want a bit of chicken and lots of vegetables, but like I say, I haven't got that many vegetables. I haven't got any mushrooms, which is really sad for a stew. So what's been going on? Oh, it's just been absolutely crazy. The girls, there's just been so much sickness, so many days off of school, and the worst thing of all is knits. We have had knits and it is horrendous. I absolutely love having two little girls as children, except for when knits come along. I think the last time this happened was before Elsie was born, so a good 5 years ago, and Jamie said when Olive had them last time, I was just crying my eyes out because I couldn't get rid of them. I've no memory of that, but I've been bordering on the verge of tears at this time as well, because it's just constant shampooing, combing, shampooing, combing. I think I've spent like I've spent over £100 on knit shampoos. And yeah, it has just been never ending. I think they have all gone now. I am still combing like a maniac, but yeah, hopefully they've all gone. The thing with Elsie, my youngest, she's 5, is she just seems to get sick all the time. And whereas we say if Olive gets sick and she'll recover, like, you know, same as me, same as Jamie, recover within like 3 days. Elsie will just go on and on for weeks. I've actually bought, let me just show you my life at the moment. I've got this Manuka 500 honey. I resent paying what I paid for that, which was £17, that's mental, but I do think that will help Elsie. I also bought her this, Emma recommended it to me, so an immune support black elderberry liquid. So I'm going to build her immune up that way. The thing with, I never know whether with Elsie. When I had Elsie, it was a traumatic birth in the way of I was booked in for a C-section. It was a planned C-section. It was all going to happen. And before the C-section happened, I had to go in for a pre-op. And I believe when I went in for the pre-op in the year 2020, you know what's coming now, I believe at that pre-op, I picked up COVID. So we were all in lockdowns and everything like that. And so in the final days of my pregnancy with Elsie, I had COVID, and it was an awful birth because Olive wasn't able to go to another person's house to be looked after. Jamie needed to be in the hospital, but we had no one to look after Olive. The whole thing was very stressful. I was in a room like on my own because I had COVID and stuff like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That is what it was. And just to think that in that exact month that I gave birth to Elsie, and I was going through all of these restrictions because of COVID, you know, the government were having little parties with each other. Anyway, we'll talk no more about that. But I always wonder, does she have a weaker immune system because I had COVID at the very end of giving birth? I actually thought that might build her up a bit. But I always just, and it's just a fleeting thought. You know, I don't know much about anything that I'm talking about here, but it's always just a fleeting thought. Did that COVID at the end of my pregnancy make her immune system a little bit weaker? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not educated in any of that whatsoever, so I haven't got a clue. But Elsie has a weaker immune system. So my life at the moment has just been honey, immunity, Calpol, cough medicine, and insane amounts of knit shampoo. So my work towards the end of October and beginning of November, because we also had half term, we had Halloween, We had Elsie's birthday, we did a birthday party for her. We had a couple of other things on like that, sickness, and yeah, I just managed to get no work done around the end of October and the beginning of November. But I am finally, I felt really good last week, being able to go sourcing uninterrupted and being able to actually sort of get my listings live has made me back into that routine, makes me feel much better. The other thing that's completely gone from my life at the moment is exercise. It is completely and utterly gone. I think when life gets a bit hectic, I think for most people that is the first thing that goes. So what I think I might try and do this week, I've got my washing machine on, hang on. See if I can cut that noise out. When things get a bit hectic, the thing that goes first is exercise, and that is 100% what has happened here. So I think this week, the past couple of days, I've managed to get some dog walks in, which is good. We did a family dog walk yesterday. We had a big walk up in the woods. That was really nice. We discovered a new area. And then this morning I've met up with some friends and we've gone for a big long walk, gossiping, just absolutely gossiping. We haven't seen each other in a couple of months. The juicy gossip was lovely. If I can just carry on at the moment with some dog walks and then maybe get some gym sessions in, I'm not sure, I would be happy with that. I need to do a bit of a recap on how October went. I know I didn't do as much sales-wise as I did in September, but it was fairly, I think it was a couple hundred off. But what I do know is that once I take away the post on eBay, I actually sold more on Vinted, just ever so slightly, sold more on Vinted for the first time ever, which to me is really exciting, and how I want things to like carry on going forward. I can tell you, like at the moment, I think I've got 13, it's Sunday afternoon, I've got 13 sales to post out tomorrow morning on Vinted and only 4 or 5 on eBay. We'll see the total tomorrow when we do, when we post out the parcels of, oh my eyes are starting to cry with the onion now, of how much ended up selling on eBay and how much ended up selling on Vinted. I did not think about cutting these onions, recording a YouTube video, and it making me cry. I think I'm going to start steaming these now. I don't mean steaming, I just mean frying. So we're going to try and get back into the weekly vlogging. The goal of this week is going to be to try and source 70 items and to list those 70 items by Friday. So we'll probably go sourcing twice this week, and if I can, you know, try and get 35 items on each day. I think we'll end up going Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll try and do all my listings Thursday, Friday. So 2 days sourcing, 2 days listing. Cabbage. Tomorrow I've got about 10 to 15 items still left in the house that need listing, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. I've got a phone call at 10:30, and then I'll also have to do my parcels in the morning, so that will take up Monday. So that's the plan for this week. Sourcing 70 items, listing 70 items. Just keep it simple, keep it basic at that. Right, I've got chicken, carrot, onions, garlic, ginger in here. I'm going to put some cabbage in at the end. I'm just going to chuck some rice in. There he is, to bulk it out. I eat this for most of my lunches. Anyway, so I think we'll end the Sunday catch up, we'll end that now. I'm gonna go spend the rest of the afternoon and evening relaxing. Milo's livid because he wants his food, but you need to wait an hour, Milo. Oh, you're not happy with that. Tomorrow we'll go straight into parcels. Maybe I might try and do that, pick and pack again, and we'll see what's sold over the weekend. What's the matter? What's the matter? I'm going to chuck my cabbage in now. Good morning on Monday. We are going to do a pick and pack of orders now. So I'm going to go for eBay first. The first thing that I'm going to get is this mint velvet woman's shirt that has sold for £20. and that is a new listing. Next up is this Long Tall Sally women's cardigan. It's got a bit of wool in it, and that went for £20. 35, what was it? 35.99. I think we are. The next item is this Manta Ray woman's shirt. It's new with tags, and that went for 22. And again, that's 3426. So that is a fairly newish listing. This Naya women's top, that sold for 30. I think I showed that in my last, in my last haul video. I think it will be by now. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it will be in that video there if I can find it. The others, for me now, I think are all 99p auctions, and I don't think there's much point in showing them. Let's just do them quickly, and I'll tell you why I think they didn't sell. I just don't know about this brand. I think I have had it once before, and it's sold and been okay, but maybe it just like wasn't a nice enough dress for somebody to actually want. So maybe that's why that didn't sell. This is a vintage St. Michael jumper. I know why that didn't do well, because it has a hole in it. I didn't realise it had a hole in it, and then when I got home, I was still trying to get more for it, but obviously that's going to ruin the value of it. This kettlewell top, I just don't think it's a particularly nice one, and maybe that's why, because I will still pick up some pieces of kettlewell, and they'll sell for about 20. And then this Marks and Spencer's new with tags top. I think I had two of these. I do think one of them sold for between 15 and 20, but the other one, it's not gone. I don't think it's a particularly nice looking top, and I thought actually the colour might sell it better in spring summertime this year, because that colour was in, but no, so that's gone as well. So I think we can see why they have not been successful. Okay, over to Vinted. Okay, on Vinted I have sold this monsoon jumper dress. I paid £10 for it, and it went for 27, so there's £17 profit on that one. This Marks and Spencer's, it's the Alexa Chung collab. I'm not going to pick these up again unless they are like £1, because that sold for 15 and has been listed for quite a while. These Page women's skinny jeans, I took an offer of 15. I am really happy at the moment to take £15 on some skinny jeans, because they're just not in fashion at the moment. I won't pick up Page skinny jeans for the time being. Maybe if skinny comes back in, then I'll start picking them up again, but at the moment, no. This full dress, I actually took an offer of 20 on it because I just wanted it gone. So here is a case of the right label. That's the old label one of the old labels that you want, but it's the wrong style of dress. What you would, and it's got a hole and a mark in it, I think. What you would ideally want is, I've just done full used, highest price. The other thing I want to do is just put the UK location on, and let's do highest price. It's these kind of very sort of Indian boho dresses that you kind of, that's the type that you want to go for. Here, like this. This Antica Sartoria, I think it's pronounced. That's the label there. It's a bit blurred, but I paid £3 for this at a car boot, and that went for 25. This Fjallraven, I think I finally pronounced it right, jumper. I paid £5 for this. I checked it over in the shop. I checked it over and checked it over, and I had no holes in it. And I got home and I had a hole in it. Anyway, that's still sold for £27 with the hole in it. So I'm happy with that. I would have been, without the hole, I would have been hoping 50 to 60. Not sew things back up because I don't have time. Another piece of Long Tall Sally, just this lace top, and I think that went for £15.30. These Poetry women's trousers, these ended up going for about £19, and I think I was trying originally around 30 for these, but they've gone in a price reduction. This Sea Salt woman's jumper, that went for, I think it was £20.70. That must be 10% off, and that sold fairly quickly. Clearance here, a weekend Max Mara skirt. That went for £5. This COS A-line skirt, it's a wool purple and it's a slightly older label. That one went for 18. She sent an offer through of 18 and I took it. It was listed for 20. This fat face woman's top, that went for around about £12.50. This monsoon jumper, red, has it got some wool in it? Yeah, it's got some wool in it. That one went for 18. This women's Desigual blouse, I only picked this up because of the sleeves. I generally tend to leave the majority of this brand behind, and of course because it would have been cheap, but that went for 18. That's been returned once before, so let's hope it stays with them. This Peruvian Connection, I showed this in my last haul video. I think I paid £4 from it from memory. Like I said, it's not quite the right type of Peruvian Connection that you want, but it sold for 18 and sold within 48 hours, I would say. And last but not least, this Galvin Green women's coat. It's Gore-Tex. I paid £6 for it and that went for £31.50. I was a little bit concerned because it was an extra small, which I think is a hard sell, so I'm glad that that's gone. Okay, good morning on Tuesday. It's so dark, it's dark and dreary. We are going to go sourcing today. We can stay out a little bit longer, which I'm really happy about because there's an after school kids club. So I'm really hoping, I would really like to get 35 items, but if I could get more today, that would be beneficial because I don't think I'll be able to get as many tomorrow where I'm going. So yeah, I will try and record, some bits and pieces that I look like that little girl off of, is it Moomin? The angry little, that's what I look like right now. So yeah, I'll try and record some stuff and let's see what we find today. That says Edwin, as in Edwin's jeans, but these are women's. Venus? There's only one in sold. Because again, I think it's one of those ones that women's do better. I think I'm going to leave them. Sourcing now. I'm not having the best day. It's really rainy as well. I'm not having the best day, but Jamie's having a good day. I think I've only got about 10 items and I reckon I've got about 2 hours left, so one shop could change everything. Right, I'm going to cook tonight from this recipe book from the Queer Eye guy. Anthony, my children absolutely hate this dish, but they actually hate every dish that I cook, so what's the difference? Oh, here we go, this one here. Oh, I don't have any parsley though. Look, you can tell I've cooked this a few times. Pasta with sausage, lemon and parsley, but without the parsley. I mean, what kid wouldn't love some pasta with some fennel, wine and lemon? Good morning on Wednesday. I've got a few, we're not going to go sourcing today, we're going to go tomorrow, although it might be me on my own, but I've got loads to do today. First up is this return on Vinted. Change of mind return on that Gudrun Sojourn coat. I did sell it for 55. I had a feeling that she might return it just because, you know, it was listed as a big thick wool coat, and it was in the category wool, in the category of coats, and in the title it was coats, and then she was asking me if it was like a cardigan. So I just need to get that relisted. Hopefully it's just a simple relist from my unsolds folder in eBay. I've also got an eBay buyer, and she has ordered a couple of items, and it's taking a little bit longer to get delivered. So what I will do is just send her a message asking, she's opened up a item not received case in the tracking. It is just taking a bit longer. I'm just going to send her a message and ask her to confirm her address. I'm just going to send her this message because I think it's important just to actually confirm the address and make sure we've got it going to the right place. And then also this just creates a little bit of a delay because I'm pretty confident that the courier will get it delivered. They're just running behind, and this might just give them a bit of a chance for this issue to get fixed by the time I actually have to get in touch with the courier to sort these boxes out. And this one here, oh, and these ones here. Everything's a bit crazy at the moment because I've just got a new laptop, like a refurbished laptop. So I've been having to sort that out. Plan for today is just to list the items that I got yesterday. I'm going to try and, I think I got 28 yesterday. I'm going to try and get them all listed today and then go out sourcing again tomorrow. It really was quite a boring day. And for the amount of time that I was out, because I was sourcing longer than usual yesterday, I would have hoped to have got more. My best find was this Pendleton women's shirt. It's a size small and it's £4, 100% wool. It's got these mother of pearl buttons on it. The only thing is, I think these pocket ones are a little bit scuffed, but that's not much in the long scheme of things. This Saint and Sophia top, maybe that'll be a good like New Year's Eve one. I think it's a size 20. It's new with tags, and that was £5. This one might be a mistake because so usually it's I've only ever seen it as Completo lino, because it's usually all sort of linen Largan look type of. No, maybe not Largan look actually, but it's all linen based pieces of clothing. But this is just a jersey, so it's not got the fabric content that's usually associated with this brand, but I thought we'd just give it a go. This is an East silk dress. It's still got its belt with it. If it hadn't have been silk, I don't think I would have bothered. That was £8. Saw blouse for £4. Box 2 ribbed dress for £6. I'd probably start off trying about 30 on that, I think. One of these jigsaw poncho cape, don't fall. It needs a bit of a debobble. It looks like it's in really bad condition in the video, but actually in real life it's not. It just needs a debobble. There you go, you can see it better there. These tend to go for between, I think, 40 and 50-ish. Starting to do my parcels. I don't feel like I've got that much exciting stuff to show. This is a sea salt top that went for £25. Interestingly, it'd been listed actually. I don't normally do this. This is just the way this happened. It'd been listed on Vinted for maybe 4 or 5 days before it got to eBay. Didn't sell on Vinted, but sold instantly on eBay. There's this candle wick top, and it sold for £25. White company trousers, again, they sold really fast within might have been within a day, but definitely within 48 hours. And they I nearly didn't pick them out because I thought they were just a bit boring, but they sold really quickly for 20. And then this James Pierce jumper, women's jumper that I picked up a couple of weeks ago, When I got it back in the light, I could see there was a bit of colour run on the back. I think I paid £6 for this, but with the colour run, I just listed it at 20, and that took maybe about a week or so to sell. I've actually got 2 going abroad. I do my own international post, so I just need to sort that out now. One is this flax linen. That went to Switzerland, which I was quite surprised about. I think this is like, I don't know if this is the vintage version of that flax, FLAX, that brand. And then the other thing that went abroad was to the US. Oh, and this is just a Peruna skirt. So that's gone for £18 plus the international shipping, which I think I charged £20 for. On my international post, I'm just putting my own CN22 on. I just print these and then fill them in. If anybody can tell me on a Royal Mail click and drop account how you print out a CN22 and it's already pre-filled, please let me know. Sorry, I can't get it without the flashing screen. I'll just do it quickly. International track. This is the US one. It's going to cost $14.25 to send it. And that's my US one. So there are my 2 internationals. I've only got 2 on Vinted this morning. One is this toast skirt, which sold for 20. It's not the best toast, but it was £4. And then the next one is this Hush jumper. Had it listed at 20, and she sent through a sensible offer of 18. We love a sensible offer, so took that. And then just a personal sale. I bought this the other week, read it, and sold that for £2. So currently reading this Independent People only because I saw Cillian Murphy say how good this book was. I went to go and buy it, and I'm assuming everybody else did the same thing as me, because I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it cheap. I like to buy second-hand books. I don't want to pay like retail price. Yeah, I just couldn't get it anywhere at all. So I actually had to buy it new. Livid. Yeah, I think, anyway, so I'm nearly finished with that. And then when I was in the charity shop yesterday, I've been meaning to read her. I'm going to put it up on the screen now, the one that I've been meaning to read because I've heard good things about it. I saw this in the charity shop and I thought, I'll give that a go. So I picked that up yesterday for £3, which I think is extortionate for a charity shop book, but there we go. Good morning on Thursday. I just don't have time today. I mean, look at me. I'm just going to go outsourcing, and I might try and record some bits, but really I just need to focus on sourcing, so I might not. But yeah, the goal today is to just try and find, I think I was 7 items behind, wasn't I? So in reality, I would try and find 42 items today, but I don't think that will happen. But I'm going outsourcing on my own, so I don't have to be back by 3. I can stay out a bit longer. Let's just see how we get on. I'm sure Joe Brown owl stuff does okay, but that is really bobbly. I am just starting around my locals. I haven't been here in ages. I don't go to my locals anymore because I used to have 11 charity shops here, but now I think that there's only 4, and they're just not what they were. So yeah, I haven't been here in ages. Right, I've been to Town 1. I've got 9 items. There's nothing really exciting at all in here. It is a lot of sort of 3-4 pounders into 20 pounders. I feel like I've said the word pounders too much. It's 11:23. Look at Jamie's silly face. It's 11:23 now, so it's probably going to be about 15 minutes before I get to the next town. Right, I'm actually just going to do this little town first. There's only 2 here, and I think they're likely to close at like 4 o'clock, so I'm going to do this first and then go to the bigger town later. Right, I have just parallel parked for the first time ever. It's so bad. I've just parallel parked for the first. I'm 37. This is my absolute win of the week. I mean, the gap is massive, don't get me wrong, but yeah, well impressed with myself. Just going to text Jamie. This is a momentous occasion. Good condition.
Do you want to run back in £2 each?
I'll sort them out. I'll sort them out. Just in that bit somewhere.
No. Perhaps they're thinking rags.
Because you just wouldn't, would you?
No, I don't know.
Unless it's brand new.
Just recorded on my glasses, but I'm not sure that it's actually recorded. So just in case, I've got, it's 1:15 and I've got 25 items in total now. Right, it's currently 13:52. See, normally now, hiya, I'd be rushing around to try and get back for 3. It's lovely, this, lovely and relaxing. So I'm going to, got 25 items, so I need to get another, what is it, 10, is it 17? Yeah, I think it's another 17 items. So over the next sort of 2.5 hours, if I could get another 17 items, that'd be good. I'm going to try and leave the branded charity shops, I don't mean branded, I've just forgotten what the word is, until later, because they're more likely to shut at 5. I think the problem with most charity shops is they do tend to shut about 4ish. Again, not much in, well, nothing. Not getting anything in this charity shop. This is really quite unusual for me, especially in this town as well. I've only got a couple left now, so I'm definitely not going to get 42 items. I'll be lucky, I think, if I get 30. And this is a really, I don't like coming in this charity shop because it's so laggy and there's never anything in here, and it's such a big charity shop to go through everything. And the pricing is mental. So that is 125. Okay. £30. And it's all peeling at the neck. That was absolutely terrible. I'm so surprised at that. Because I thought I would do better in the bigger town today, and not so good in the little towns, but I only got 4 items, which is mad, and it's just not even fun items. Marks and Spencer's linen. This is an Arquette wool dress for £8, which is nice, but it needs debobbling. The only other thing, and I don't know whether I should have picked it up or not, is just this vintage Lord of the Rings Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, 2 towers. There's a bit of cracking to Aragorn's face, but yeah, I mean, who doesn't want Aragorn on their chest? I was trying to do a quick look of it, but that's a different picture. Let's just do UK only, because there's loads of these sold for around 40 to 60 in, I'm assuming the US, but let's just have a look. In the UK, I think, I don't know, I'm feeling positive with that there. Maybe they might be in slightly better condition though. I used to fancy Orlando Bloom so much, especially when he was Legolas. Why? Don't know. Right, we're going home now. And then tomorrow we're going to try and get all this listed. Okay, we're going to recap the week. I wanted to source 70 items and list 70 items, and that didn't happen. I just had 2 really sort of average sourcing days, maybe even a bit below average. On the first sourcing day, I picked up 28 items, and on the second, I picked up 29 items. So in total, it was 57 items. And then I have only managed to actually list, of those 57 items, I only listed 51. That will be because 6 will have needed stain removal and I didn't get them dried in time on this Friday here when I was doing my listing, didn't get them dried in time. So that's why that will be. I'm going to crack on now. It's Monday today here, so I'm going to crack on with trying to get my listings for this week here. I'm not sure that I'm going to record this week. Recording this week took a lot of time and effort, and I don't have time. I can give you effort, but I can't give you time. So it's the editing part that takes forever. So I might try and start recording tomorrow and go into a new week. But if I do, I think it will be a lot less energy than what this one was. Right, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.